On this episode, I talk about baseball, football, and basketball cards. Let's go! This is Dave, and welcome to the SVA Card Collectors Podcast. What is up? What is going on, everyone? Dave at SVA Card Collectors. I am back. It's been 2 weeks. I feel slightly refreshed. Just wanted to take some time off, just to get re-energized, clear my head. Plus, I don't think there was too much to talk about, so I didn't want to just start yammering around. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in the world of sports cards, so I didn't want to talk out of school, heaven forbid. So I don't have a program that spits out the top 10 cards that we should be investing in. It just not gonna do it. So yeah. So guys, please subscribe, like the channel, comment on it. Don't do anything bad because it hurts my feelings. I do look at it and it makes me sad. It makes me very, very sad. Today's episode is sponsored by audiobooks.com. Sign up for free and you get 3 free audiobooks. The one I'm recommending is one of my favorite books is Moneyball. It was really like the first baseball book was like, you felt like they like opened the curtain and you just like were there and you saw what was going on and their methodology and their thinking about the Oakland Athletics, how they had no money yet they were able to compete against these top teams, and now they changed basically the baseball world for better. I don't know. But yeah. So head over to audiobooks.com, go into the description, sign up. It's free. And it's a no-brainer especially if you're in your car and you're listening to my nonsense and you want to listen to other people's nonsense. Why not? Why not, right? So this week, we'll talk about what's being released this week. On 10/21, we have 2021 Panini Contenders draft picks basketball. So that's going to be college players who are going to be in this upcoming draft. It's going to be LaMelo Ball is probably going to be the big guy that everyone's going to be shooting for. In 2018, he had Leaf is his first release. That's his like first card. But this will be his first Panini card, I believe. I didn't see any. Hopefully, I'm not wrong about that. 18 cards per pack, sick packs. Yo, this is just sick, yo. 6 packs per box, 12 boxes per case. On average, you get 6 autographs, 30 variation cards, 12 parallels. Guys, be careful with this. You're going to get a lot of players who you've never heard of, with autographs. You'll probably get a lot of guys who won't even be drafted. So just be careful. You see the 6 autographs and, down there go, bing, it gets excited. You get excited, but just be careful of that because that's what you're going to be seeing. I'm not a huge fan of Panini Contenders, just the way it look. I don't like the way the ticket looks. It's like a ticket stub. But other people love this card, and it does have some good value. So I can't hate. But this is draft picks. This isn't in their uniform. This is going to be in their college uniform or in whatever uniform, because I know LaMelo Ball is like independent on this. So there's that. On 10/21, also you have Panini Encased Basketball. They're saying $600 a box. You get 5 cards per pack, 1 pack per box, 8 boxes per case, 1 graded auto and 1 additional autograph, and 2 memorabilia cards. They're expensive. They look nice. They're beautiful. If you can afford it, go ahead. But buy the card that you like. That's going to be my recommendation for most of these. 10/23, you're going to have Panini Xr Football. And that's going to be $209. 7 cards per pack, 2 packs per box, 15 boxes per case. You get 2 autos, 1 auto, and 1 rookie auto jersey, 1 memorabilia card, 4 base and 4 parallels, 2 rookies, and 1 insert. That's what comes in that box. Also, Panini Direct, if you go to their app, first off the line 2020 Panini Contenders Baseball. It's going to start off at $300. It'll be a Dutch oven auction. and it's going to drop every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, it's going to start from 300, and it's going to drop down. And usually it's like 295 or 297. It drops like not that much, but it's every 5 minutes. You get 2 first off the line exclusive autos. Ooh, exciting. 6 total autos you get in this box. Again, you are dealing with players who may, I'm thinking, because I don't have the checklist, that you're going to have people who maybe weren't drafted. I don't know. I think they were, because I think it's the top. This year, there's only 5 rounds. I'm thinking the Tigers are going to be expensive. You got Spencer Torkelson, the third baseman out of Arizona State. Actually, he was a first baseman, but Tigers are going to have him as third baseman. The Orioles, Heston Kjerstad. He is a lefty outfielder from Arkansas. Blue Jays, they're going to be big because you got Bo Bichette still has a rookie card. That other guy, what's his face? You also have Vlad Guerrero Jr. What good old, what's his face? Bichette. Bichette. Austin Martin is the guy that I'm talking about right here, who's drafted this year. He's a shortstop out of Vanderbilt. Padres also have Robert Hassel III. He's the first high schooler that was drafted this year, which was the lowest that it's been for a while. He came out of Tennessee. So I'm thinking those teams are going to be a little bit more expensive just because of some of those players. I'm sure there's other players that I'm missing. You should go to, if you want to check out the guys that have just been drafted, head over to Major League Baseball Draft. Go to MLB.com, head over to see the draft, see the guys that I mean, how many times I got to say the word draft? Drafted. Check those guys out. Those guys are where a lot of the money is going to be spent on Bowman Draft. You should get familiar with that because Bowman Draft should be coming out soon. And people are going to be paying a ridiculous amount of money for first Bowman of guys that they don't even know who they are. If they would walk right past them, they had no idea who they are. But they'll spend thousands of dollars on their card, I'll tell you that much. Believe you me. Now, we're talking about baseball. The Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays won, and Randy Arozarena was the MVP. Our friend George, the Facebook flipper, had it right. He picked him and bought a ton of his cards and then sold most of his cards as he started to ascend. He made some good money, but still it sucks. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, George. But Rays, outside of him, I don't see anybody else who really their cards are going to spike up. Ian Snell. I can't think of that guy, the pitcher's name. I'm not a big, gigantic proponent of pitchers unless he does like a Madison Bumgarner and pitches game 1, 3, 5, 7. He pitches basically every single day. And over the Dodgers defeated the Braves. Sorry, Bernard. They came back and won. Corey Seeger is the MVP. I would say, hey, if you got him, Mookie Betts, and Cody Bellinger, I would post those cards now. Corey Seager has already seen a pretty big increase in price from where he was because he had a good season this year. Mookie Betts had crazy high price when Gary V was showing off his cards. His is pretty much stabilized. His prices for Topps Chrome is now the card to collect, where it was earlier in the year. Topps Update was the card to collect. Cody Bellinger just hitting home runs at big times. So I think he's another guy that you should take a look at for his rookie cards. And take a look at what I mean is if you have these cards, now is the time to sell them because they're going to be this is as high as they're going to be for right now, I think. Unless, Mookie Betts becomes a Hall of Famer, Cody Bellinger becomes a Hall of Famer. But if you're looking to make that quick flip, now's the time to sell that. Continuing to talk about baseball. And of course, why would it not open up quickly? You have free agency. right now we're going to see a spike in baseball card prices, and then once the season over, just like basketball, the prices are going to start tanking. They're going to go down because they're out of the spotlight. Right now, baseball, you just got those two teams. Everybody else is starting to fall off. Prices starting to come down a bit. Once free agency starts ramping up again, prices will start going up, especially for the teams who are getting these players. Now, this year is going to be rough because most, if not all, the teams took heavy losses, especially the big teams like the Yankees, Angels, Dodgers. They all took massive hits. But the money that they share is not going to be going down to the little folk, the little people. So they lose as well. So I don't think you're going to see these crazy, insane contracts. But I may be wrong. You might have some dumb, owner that'll do it. But right now, I think the top guys, and I'm going to be a little biased. I think DJ LeMahieu is the top one. I know I'm looking at a website that doesn't have him as number one, but he is the MVP of the Yankees. The guy hits in the clutch. The guy doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play all the time. No one is like that. Sorry. Outside of Mike Trout, this guy has just been the man for the Yankees. And as a free agent, I think he's going to command a lot of money. He's going to get a lot of attention. You have JT Realmuto. He's the top catcher in baseball, in free agency, and he's going to get a pretty penny. Yankees, I think, would have entertained him because of how far off Gary Sanchez has fallen, just because he's just not consistent. But I don't know. I don't know with the massive losses and what the owner is saying. Phillies may get him. Who knows? Maybe some other team might, scrounge him up. I don't know too much with regards to who is saying that they're going to get him. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple of guys' names. So JT Realmuto, Trevor Bauer, I think he's gone from Cincinnati. I think he's going to get a decent amount of money. I love his Twitter. I would follow him on Twitter. He is very outspoken, and I think he's great for baseball, and more guys need to be like him. He should not be the exception. But right now he is. You need players to basically put their necks out in the line and say, hey, this isn't right. What baseball's doing isn't right. This is bad. This is good. He's really good. I really like him. George Springer from Houston. I don't like him, but he's definitely a good player. Marcus Semien from Oakland, the shortstop. You also have Marcell Ozuna, the outfielder from Atlanta. They have Ozuna above LeMahieu. You out of your mind? I don't care about the age. You're nuts. Marcus Stroman from the Mets. Pitcher Didi Gregorius, shortstop from Philadelphia. Hopefully the Yankees sign him back. Liam Hendricks, the right-hand pitcher from Oakland. Blake Treinen, Dodgers, relief pitcher. He came back. He was awesome with the Athletics. Yankees busted him up. He started sucking for a while in Dodgers. He's been pitching lights out. Alex Colomé, right-hand pitcher for the White Sox. Sean Green, right-hand pitcher for the Atlanta. Tanaka from the Yankees. A lot of pitchers. A lot of pitchers. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. How much money is going to be doled out. And these players may be someone that you may want to invest in. Maybe DJ LeMahieu. Maybe Realmuto. Trevor Bauer. George Springer. These guys. Wherever they sign, whenever that makes news, I think you're going to get a bump from that team. So just watch out. Be careful of these guys. Not be careful, but just watch out for these. If you guys have them, make sure that you list them. Now we're going to head over to football. Being a Jet fan sucks. And it's such a dysfunction. And it's turned out great for the Kansas City Chiefs because they just got Le'Veon Bell for basically nothing. So I know that hurts the rookie. Why can I not? I can never Clyde something Clyde. I can never remember his name, and I looked this up too. That's the worst part. And I actually have a couple of his cards on watch because I think once Bell gets to playing with the Chiefs, and he's going to, well, anyone's going to dominate against the Jets, but he's really going to give it to them in 2 weeks. But I think that his card, the rookie card, is going to go down. I'm looking it up. I don't care. You're going to wait until I figure this out because it's going to bother me so much that I cannot remember this guy's name. Oh, why did I do that? No. Clyde Edwards Hilaire. God almighty. Clyde Edwards. I cannot remember him. Excellent running back. I think he's still going to be really good. I think you could pick up his cards on the cheap, not right away. I think Bell's going to play, and he's going to start doing well. You could still get Bell cards relatively cheap. I would look for Topps Chrome. Get raw cards. Do not think that they're going to grade for 10. Do not send them in because you're not going to get them. They're gone. They will take 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 months. It's not gonna happen. So yeah. And right now you're seeing teams pull away. I think it's safe to say that I think Buffalo is going to win the AFC East. I think New England has some issues. I think Cam Newton has been a little uneven, and they just lost to Denver. I never rule out. You know what? I should never rule out New England. I know better. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to change my mind because I still think Buffalo's going to win it, but never count Bill Belichick out. So maybe it's not 100% done. I can't get it. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Those teams look crazy good. Jets should have gotten that wide receiver from Pittsburgh, but why would we? Why would we do that? Because that would make sense. Anyway, I'm sorry. I keep going back to the Jets. Nobody cares about them. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, they're the top, I think, in the them and Kansas City. Kansas City is the top, and I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore are right there. But I think Tennessee, excellent team. I think it's going to be them in Indy. I think Tennessee is going to pull it off. I think the Raiders are good. I think they're going to be sticking around. They beat Kansas City, but I just think they're going to be there. I think Carr is a good enough quarterback, and he's going to be consistent enough to keep them in that race. I think it's going to be, them, the Colts, and Cleveland for that final spot for the wild card. I think it's going to be those 3 teams. Like Miami will pretend. I think they'll flirt a little bit just because they played the Jets twice, so they'll get 2 victories out of there. But I don't know. Over in the NFC, that NFC East is a joke. If Dallas loses to Arizona, the Giants are a game out of first, and they lost their first 5 games. So that tells you how bad that conference is. Chicago, Green Bay, Chicago is going to be around for the whole damn season. With Nick Foles, don't count them out. They're not going anywhere. Nick Foles is an excellent quarterback. If you like Chicago Bears, if you think their running back Montgomery's card's gonna go up, I don't know. I'm done guessing players on who I think is gonna do well and who's not gonna do well. But I think the teams, Seattle, you get the Rams. I think even though they lost, I still think they are good. And I would be getting their rookies. Why doesn't it show? What happened? I don't know. I go to the thing to see how they did, because I know they lost to the 49ers. I like the Rams, Seattle, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. I think is going to be there. I think Carolina is going to be there. Chicago, Green Bay is going to be there. And with the NFC East, being out, it's really going to be, I think you're going to have Green Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, the Rams, and even Arizona all fighting for that playoff spot. So you can't go wrong with any of those players, running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, especially rookies from this year. Throw in a couple of bucks and try getting them. I'm not going to tell you which one because I'm going to be wrong. But those are the teams that I would be looking at and doing your research on. Go on eBay and seeing, what good deals are and compare them. Compare a running back to other running backs in the league and compare their prices and see, does it seem that it's higher? Does it seem that it's lower? If it's lower, why not, take a stab at it? If you're looking to sell football cards, please, if you're doing auctions, make sure they end like at 12:30, 12:45, right before their game, or if the game's at 4:00, make sure it ends at 3:50, because that's when you'll get the hype. People are like, oh, I think this guy's gonna do really good this week. If you really have full confidence that they're gonna do well, do it for an hour or two right after the game. But I would do it before. That's what I would do, because I'm a scaredy cat. So we have that going on. Basketball. What do we got for basketball? Not much. Lakers won. I don't think I talked previously about them winning the championship. They clearly were the better team. Heat tried to make some type of run. It just wasn't happening. Just too much Lakers. And I know a lot of people have been saying, and I've been following the basketball, individual basketball cards as a whole, but from the general consensus, prices are going down, and everyone's worried, well, when are they going to go back up? When their season starts coming back, or when they know when their season starts back up. I think really once free agency, they set the course for free agency, that will, once that starts people talking about it and people start signing and people are going to go, oh, wow, this team looks good, that team looks good. You're going to start seeing it trending upward of cards. And as it gets closer to the season, it's just like anything else, guys. Any other year, the prices are going to start going up. Once the season starts, the play will dictate which cards go up and down. That's simple. Start gravitating towards cards that are rarer, harder to get. If you can get a silver, but you can get a lower numbered card, go after that lower numbered card. I think and if you're trying to invest long term, that's the play. Silvers, I think, yes, they will always be the ones that everybody wants, but maybe 10 years from now, they may not. And if that's the case, what are people going to go for? They're going to go after that card there's only 50 of these. How many of those silvers? 2,000? 5,000? Well, why is that worth so much money? So I think that long-term thought, and that's why you're seeing vintage cards. People are going back to vintage cards, just like the stocks. Yes, I don't care. I've heard some people say that cards are not like the stocks. I think they're not right. Their prices for cards go up and down so irrationally, just like stocks go up and down irrationally. And so people want to keep their money safe. So they go to blue chip stocks. Vintage cards are the blue chip stocks of the sports card world. So that's why people are putting their money into vintage until the normal cards, as they say, come back to life. It's funny. I did a podcast like a week ago about Heritage Minor League. and I was going to release it, but it sucked. It was terrible. It was like 7-8 minutes long, and it was just me just talking drivel. But I will say this, I think it is an excellent box to buy. It's something that if you open the cards, those are the cards that you hold for long term, because they can be, if a guy or two or three pops out as doing something special, you can go and sell it for a couple of bucks. And the boxes, they're not really for holding, I would say. I wouldn't hold the boxes. Some of them are, maybe if they're 70 or 80, maybe they'll be like 150. But I don't see any huge long-term, keeping them. I just don't. But that's my take on Heritage Minor League. I like it. It's definitely a cheaper box to buy, especially this year where the boxes are so expensive. I also think, and I'm going to do a deeper dive, I'll probably do a podcast on particular boxes of cards, and it'll be short, 5-6 minute longs, and it's just I'm going to tell you about the box, what's there, what I like about it, and what they've done previously in the years previously. Is it a good investment? Is it good for short flips? Why should people buy them? Because I do a lot of I don't like those cards, so you're not going to hear about it, and that's why you don't hear anything about soccer. But I just don't know anything about soccer. But I think there's a lot of sports card sets that are really nice that people should buy. And I'm not giving them enough love. So I'm going to start doing that. So there'll be one coming in particular. I won't give it away. Oh, there'll be my little teaser. PSA, Beckett, all their prices rose during this time, this 2 week, and it's just disgusting. I love how they have, their economy 40 business day, and they'll go, our 40 business day is taking 60 days. So then you do not have a 40 business day. So their economy right now is at $20. And that service is suspended. Try regular or value quarterly grading specials. It's crazy. You can go to value, $10 a card, turnaround times vary with demand. Good luck with that. Economy, which is 40 business days, is $20. Regular, which is 20 business days, that's $50 a card. Now you get better values when you do it with the group, so you're not going to be spending that much money. But if you're just a regular schmuck and you just want to bring your cards in, that's how much they cost. And you're not getting them in 20 days. $75 for 5 business days. Imagine $200 for Super Express 2 business days. Now, I know there's other people that do this a little bit more, and so they'll have a better time frame. But I'm telling you, it's just a crap long time. I almost cursed. It's a crap long time. So if you're looking you should be putting your cards in for baseball for next year. Basketball as well. Football for next year. Because you're done. You ain't getting them. Maybe you'll get them by the end, maybe the beginning of the playoffs, maybe. So, I would do anyone you think is going to be in the playoffs, I would get those football cards graded now, and make sure that they're going to be worth getting them graded. Whereas I remember I used to say, hey, I would pay $9-10 graded. I may pay $4-5 to get, buy a raw card. So if I sell for $25-30, it's a good deal. Now you're spending $15, $20, $25 to get them graded. I'm going to tell you the last price that I got. $13.50 for 1972 to 2016, which they changed. I forgot to talk about that. PSA changed it. You have modern, ultra modern, I forget what they're called. But 1972 to 2016 is $13.50. $16.15 for 2017 and newer. Estimated time 45 to 65 business days. $28 to get them graded for 20 business days. Now, this is with a group. If you're submitting this to a group and they meet the requirements, I think if you have 100 cards or 100, I think that's what it is, where you get these better prices. You're paying $17, $18. Actually, it's going to be more because I don't pay shipping because I just drive to the kid's house and I pick them up. So imagine paying shipping both ways. That's $8, $10. So now you're talking about $23.50 for 72 to 2016, 1970 to 2016. $27 for 2017 and newer. So you're almost paying $30. So that card's got to be worth $75, $100. And you better make damn sure it's a PSA 10. Or make sure that PSA 9 is worth that $75. It's just not worth it to get it graded right now. Your base cards. You're going to be grading these cards that are, that are limited, that have scarcity. That's where it's at right now. So, guys, pay attention to that. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. Oh, I hate that too. I say it a lot. I say, you got to do your due diligence. What the hell does that mean? You do your research. Then say research, your due diligence. Yuck. I hate sayings. I think that's what it is. I don't like people saying things. I don't like people talking. I don't like sayings. Guys, that's all I got for today. SVAcardcollectors.com. Head over there. I think I'm going to start posting some articles. Who the hell knows? I'm going to try. How do you like? That's a great we'll attempt to give you some more information. There's a lot of stuff there that you can learn from. Download the Flick Chat app. Get that conversation going. We also have that Facebook group. Head over there. You can ask your questions. And guys, you know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later.